now arrived here in Dushanbe, the capital city of Tajikistan, after a beautiful drive. I'm here in the Independence Park with a huge independent monument with the crown of Somoni, Ismail Somoni, up on top. And this place is just full of roses, even though it's like late fall, and I don't think there should be any flowers here if it was natural. But they're sure keeping it alive. And there's a lot of other monuments around this place. I don't know if you can see it out there in the distance, but there's a huge flagpole, which in fact is the third largest flagpole in the world. It was the largest when it was built, like 10-11 years ago. But then Saudi Arabia came along and built another larger one, and another country I can't remember which, but it's still a pretty damn huge flag that we will go look at later. But there's no wind right now, so it's hard to tell, I guess. And here you can even see in the distance all the mountains surrounding Dushanbe. It is actually a city down in a, not valley, but like surrounded by mountains, different mountain ranges. I believe those are the Fun Mountains that I visited yesterday and that we drove through to get here. And it's beautiful, and there's snow on it. It's amazing. Not entirely sure what this is supposed to depict, because Tajikistan does not really have any ocean access, like at all. It is very landlocked in the center of Central Asia. There are some rivers and some lakes, but I'm not sure you would go with the Viking ships onto those. So I'm not entirely sure what this is supposed to depict. Right, so from here you can see the mountains even better. Right here and in front of the monument, which is very tall. This goes into the sky. Crazy. And here, one of the world's largest flags. I can't remember exactly, but I think the flagpole is like 110 to 20 meters, something like that. And the flag itself weighs a couple hundred kilos, so it's pretty incredible to see it waving around in the wind. Well, it looks very good when it's that big. It looks like slow motion. Yeah, looks amazing. Good effect, but a bit pretentious. So this is the Khujand Milli, which is the National Library. It's a very grand building. So good on Tajikistan for honoring books. Good job. Various Tajik and Persian authors being displayed here on the outside of the National Library. Here's the wall of authors. Some of the famous Tajik authors lined up here. So as you can hear, this park actually has music playing from the speakers. It's quite nice. But of course you have the Independence Tower lit up. It's pretty impressive, but it's a nice vibe here with the music. I like it. The music is surprisingly loud, I gotta say. And this tower just keeps changing colors between like gold, orange and yellow gold, I guess. You can see now that the yellow is creeping up the tower, I guess. At least the base is yellow. Oh, and now it all changed. Wow, amazing. The second city of Tajikistan, Khujand. 200,000 people live here. It's an old city, still old city. Off to explore the sites. So actually during the Soviet Union, the city was not called Khujand, but instead Leninabad, which means the city of Lenin. So there's a huge statue of Lenin here somewhere that I'm gonna try to find. And in a similar vein, Dushanbe was not called Dushanbe, but was Stalinabad, the city of Stalin. So that's interesting, I guess. Especially considering how far away this place is from Russia and Georgia, where Lenin and Stalin were from. And this is about as far away from the heartland of the Soviet Union you could possibly get without going to the far east of Siberia. This is like the outer limit, outer edge of the Soviet Union towards Asia and Afghanistan and all those places. But I guess they were still pretty happy about Lenin and Stalin here. Another Rudaki statue in its own Rudaki Park. And of course there's also a huge flagpole over there. Not as big as the one in Dushanbe, but it is there. And a big emblem saying 32 years of independence. Congratulations, Tajikistan. And from here it's also an amazing view of the other side of the city with all the mountains. It's quite spectacular, admittedly, especially with the sun going down, so you only see like kind of the silhouettes of the mountain. So a war memorial for the Afghan war. Lenin and Soviet soldiers that died, I guess, during the Second World War or the Afghan war. And Lenin, but they did kind of put him far away. Apparently he used to be very center in the city, but after the Soviet Union fell, they put him like here in a park quite a bit outside the city center, like hidden quite a bit. But he's still here, at least 22 meters tall. Whole lot of birds. They just keep coming.
باشی نباشی باز آمدی ای دلبری من مانده نباشی رنجوی من آخر تو سوا باشی نباشی باز آمدی ای دلبری من مانده نباشی بیا مانده نباشی های جان مانده نباشی بیا مانده نباشی جان خسته نباشی بیا مانده نباشی های جان خسته نباشی بیا مانده نباشی جان خسته نباشی
The tomb of Khujand, a famous poet, author from Khujand, although he died in Tabriz in Iran. But this is his mausoleum here in Khujand. So that is the inside. The inside is kind of closed right now, so I can't go in. But yeah, I guess this is like supposed to be his urn or something, since he's buried in Tabriz. But I'm filming through a window, so this is the best we're gonna get. Monument to Khujandi heroes. I don't know who many of these guys are, but seemingly very important. Those look like Muslim scholars and probably poets, and yeah. باز آمدی ای دلبری من مانده نباشی بیا مانده نباشی های جان مانده نباشی بیا. This is the night here in Khujand. I'm on my way to the river for the sunset. It's been a pretty miserable day, I will say. Started out with some stomach problems and just been feeling down all day, honestly. Walked around a little bit after the stomach settled down, saw some more sights. This is wrong way. But yeah, just burned out after these almost 3 weeks now. 3 weeks of having no consistent communication with people is pretty rough, gets very lonely. And after they also had some communication issues. People here are supposed to speak Tajik, but this is a majority Uzbek place. So some of them really don't, and apparently there's also a lot of Russian tourists here, so the main language seems to be Uzbek and Russian, and I speak neither, so communication with people in restaurants and cafes has been very difficult today. Tajik or Farsi getting me nowhere. So yeah, just been a bad day. But yeah, tomorrow I'm going back to Dushanbe, and then it's just a few days before I go home, so hopefully it will be better soon. I mean, this is just a poor part of the world. It's part of the fun of traveling here. So impressions of Tajikistan so far is that it's very poor. People don't have any kind of safety consciousness, especially not in cars or traffic. Even in the mountains, people just drive the Inshallah way, where basically they don't put on seatbelts and just drive kind of Hail Mary style, not taking any precautions and just trying to get forward as fast as possible and just putting it in God's hands. If they make it through, it's God's fault. If they don't, that's God's will. So Inshallah. And yeah, the big cities, primarily Dushanbe, is very glitzy and glamorous, and they spend a lot of money making it very glamorous and fancy, while the rest of the country is still dirt poor. So that's a bad prioritization of money, like in so many other places. almost died. No problem. But yeah, with this anxiousness of talking, even in a language that the local people don't understand, when there's people around, means I'll never be a good vlogger. Even just when walking in the streets, it's difficult. But yeah, the back streets of Khujand, with some people out, and the sun is setting slowly but steadily over there. Hope I'll make it to the bridge in time.
مانده نباشی جان خسته نباشی بیا مانده نباشی های جان خسته نباشی بیا مانده نباشی جان خسته نباشی در دو طبقم کشیدن آسان بکنم آدرس تزی هر محل پرسان بکنم در دو طبقم کشیدن آسان بکنم آدرس تزی هر محل پرسان بکنم تازیق نشوی یاری جگر گوشه من عشقم از چشمان تو پنهان بکنم.
So this part of town is definitely something else than Penjakent and Khujand, and even the other part of town I stayed in the first night I was here. This looks like a major American and European city. Many skyscrapers and glitz and glamour. Did not expect to find it here, and even a Hilton. Dushanbe surprises, but of course it's all just a cover. It's kind of essential to remember that this place is still extremely poor, and this is just a show off from the leadership to try to display a certain amount of wealth and development which does not exist anywhere else in this country. But still fascinating. And honestly, case in point, this street right here runs parallel to the big fancy street that we walked on before. It's just a block behind the other one, and here is no fancy buildings, no fancy lights, all more run down. This is like what a true Tajikistan looks like. All the fancy buildings are over there behind those buildings, and yeah, suddenly it's very dead. And here you can even see the glitzy glancy buildings. Meanwhile, the not so glancy street here, the contrast is quite amazing. The view from my hotel at the 14th floor of the city where I took the video down below. Yeah, it's crazy, but as you can see, the rest of the city is not really as amazing. There are some lights, but not at all as flashy as this. And the same in the opposite direction. Like, yeah, that part of the city is kind of dead. So yeah, Dushanbe, the one street city. So I'm currently here outside the National Museum with the statue of Cyrus the Great, or Cyrus the Great, sorry, of Iran. He's outside here. I guess they're trying to claim him for themselves, which is very wrong. Tried to go inside, but I couldn't, because the guy at the ticket office basically just sat there talking on telephone the entire time. I stood there waiting for like a couple of minutes, and he didn't pay any attention, didn't want my money, so screw it. Don't care that much about Tajik history anyways, but well, yeah. So this is the Nowruz Palace, which means New Year Palace in Tajik of Farsi. It is the largest tea house in the world, although it's not really working just as a tea house. It was intended as a tea house, but it's not really. This is the front. It is very big. It doesn't even fit inside the frame. There's some soldiers, I guess. Crazy. There should be like still a small chai khana or tea house in here somewhere. Let's go try to find it. Basically, I tried to go up there and take more photos, but those two military guys kind of stopped me. Some lady came over and translated and said it was okay, but I don't think I should take more photos. Just managed to take the few I got, and then I went inside. I had some tea and some osh, the national dish, delicious. So one last view of the Mufus Palace, very grand. But now off to the Grand Mosque of Dushanbe to see the Tajik mosque style. So here it is, the Grand Mosque of Dushanbe, the more Turkish classic style with the 4 minarets and the dome in the middle. It's not so classic in Persian culture, at least. Some nice blue tiles, blue and white. Also having this many domes is definitely not the usual Persian style. So basically the prayer has just started, and I'll have to wait an hour before I can get inside. So yeah, I'm not gonna wait around for that. I might come back tomorrow, but for now we're just gonna have the outside images. So walking across this bridge now with what I thought was a nuclear power plant in the distance, but it's actually a thermal power plant. It just looks like a nuclear power plant, but of course I guess it wouldn't make sense to put it like almost in the middle of the city. That would be pretty dumb if they trust their science pretty well. Here the view the other side, down towards the Dushanbe city center with the Istiklal, the Independence Tower where we're heading now, and all the fancy buildings. Yeah. So let's continue. It's still a bit ways down there. Not entirely sure what is happening here, but there's a lot of leaking along this walking path. Let's try to not get super wet. Right, so I arrived at the Independence Tower. Try to go up to it. So online it said that the price to enter is 40 somoni, which is like 35 krona, something like that. But it turns out it's 70 to go up into the platform at top to have the view, which is what I'm here for. Otherwise there's a museum, which is apparently not very interesting. But I didn't have any change to give, so I could not pay for the ticket. So now I'm outside again and not able to go up there. So that's fucking great. God damn it, this country sometimes, I swear to God. Second thing today, dwarfed by the incompetence of this country. Well, I might try to return tomorrow because the weather is also kind of bad today, so the view would not have been the best anyways. So if I have to pay like 70 some money, it better be on a day where the weather is actually good so I can see something. But yeah, back to the hotel now, fuck this. So this is also Dushanbe city center basically. A lot of construction going on. shit, sorry. Here's another contrast between the poor back streets and the fancy street. You see the lights here and all the other buildings are the ones on the main Rodaki street with all the fancy lights on them. But out here it's just a poor back streets. So basically what I just ate there was something called top, which is another special Tajik dish which is like unique to Tajikistan. It basically consists of bread and some sort of yogurt and cheese sauce, I guess you can call it. And this one came with meat, but you can also get it vegetarian without meat. And it actually tastes very delicious and very filling since there's so much bread in it. Also very cheap. I paid for the top plus a pot of tea and the bread less than €3. And this is like a pretty high-end place for this particular dish at least. So good deal and good meal. And seems to be only locals there, although I mean Dushanbe is not very a touristy city, so that doesn't really say much, but still it is local approved. So it's now the last day here in Dushanbe. The day started off pretty badly with some stomach issues once again, so I'm not sure if I've gotten some food poisoning or whatever is happening. But it's annoying, and it's now 1:30 p.m. I'm out walking, trying to hike towards the Victory Monument, which is a small park located up in the mountains with a view of the city, hopefully. That's probably the last thing I do here before I just go back and camp at the hotel, since my flight is at 1 a.m. So I have to get to the airport at, well, probably leave the hotel at around 10 a.m. or something like that. So yeah, let's go find this Victory Park. Just for the record, it is like burning hot outside today, so that's not so great for hiking. Hopefully there will be a lot of shade up there. Okay, we arrived at the Victory Monument. Sorry, I'm out of breath. It's a really steep climb up here and it's very warm, so I'm just done. So this should be like the Great World War II Memorial of Dushanbe. It's beautiful. A bit underwhelming, at least right here. There should be more up the stairs over there.
عشق تو ای جانو من کشته به قربانو حیران و پریشانو آدرس نمیدانم در عشق تو ای جانو من کشته به قربانو حیران و پریشانو آدرس نمیدانم آدرس نمیدانم وای از عشق دیوانگی میکنم یار بچم در شرکت پیاله سازی میکنم یار بچم ای مرا میگوی که تنهای تو چند است بچم با چشمت هیله بازی میکنم و بچم
And from here you can see the Grand Mosque and the Independence Tower next to each other. Just imagine a view from the Independence Tower off the mosque, but well, I'm not gonna go there. It's too far, it's too warm, not feeling it, so just have to make do with this. So I finished with the Victory Park and now walking back to the hotel to just relax the rest of the trip. Well, it's all downhill from here, so that's nice at least. Alright, so here we are walking to the airport. It's just a short 20 minutes walk. At first I thought you couldn't there's this giant highway going through, but at one point you can actually cross it across a smaller road and into this walk path that goes alongside. So I guess I can walk there anyways. So walking to an airport, first time I'm trying that. So we have these people combing the leaves. It seems silly, I mean, it's like 10:30 in the evening. Yeah, it really doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's awesome, the leaves are gonna fall, and it seems like they're just brushing the same leaves over and over again. But I guess it's one way to keep people employed by the state, to have some menial, pointless jobs. But I mean, why are they out doing it? Yeah, sorry, 22:40. It's pretty late to just brush leaves. Hello, goodbye, Tajikistan. Well, there we have it in the distance, the Dushanbe International Airport. And I've been walking for less than 15 minutes to get here. So that's efficiency, and all for free. And it's a flat road to get here. Let's see what Dushanbe International Airport is like